on, guys? This is Fox and Miles. Welcome to another episode of Black RVers Podcast. I hope you guys are doing well.
Yay.
How are you, Fox?
I'm good. I'm happy. Today was productive, so felt good.
Good.
But I'm sure you can tell.
We are not inside of Darla right now.
Not right now.
We're not in the RV.
Because we are with my mom.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, we are back home.
Mm-hmm. In the DMV.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So while we're trying to figure out what's next, you know, what's going on. If you've seen from like our previous videos, we talked about how pandemic just kind of shut everything down.
Jacked up a lot of our plans.
You know.
Yeah.
So we're in a better place now. We're not distraught. We're not
definitely not. Yeah.
Not discouraged.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, okay, well.
Yeah, and so we're working on our next steps and things like that, and trying to just really reset and restart so that we can continue to move forward with the plans and the ideas that we have the best that we can. You know, because again, stuff is still kind of crazy.
Yeah, we're just pivoting.
Yeah. That's
Rolling
really
with the
it is.
punches.
Yeah, just pivoting. So yeah. But thank you guys again for all the listens, all the likes, all the subscribes, and comments and all those things.
Yes.
We really do appreciate it.
And special shout out to our patrons on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
This is brought to you in part by them. I used to love when they said that on like WETA.
Oh yeah,
Brought to you in part by. But yes, by our patrons. So
PBS,
thank you so much for the people sponsoring us. You guys are making a big difference in our lives. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. So what today's topic is, I guess you got a comment recently.
Yes.
Asking Fox if she would do the full-time RVing thing by herself.
Mm-hmm.
So if she was single or whatever, would she still go out on the road?
Mm-hmm.
So we figured, hey, that's a good question for us to talk about and to, discuss.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it starts with you because I
Yeah.
asked you.
So the question is, if you were single, would you still RV or I guess like travel full time? And the question was brought because this woman was, she's 57 years old, and her family's worried about her and worried about her traveling by herself. And so here's my response. So if I was single, I would still do it. I think so. I think I would still do it. But like I mentioned in the comment to her, I would change the size of the RV. I wouldn't need a 28-foot RV for just me.
Yeah.
I probably would do a van rebuild, just because if it's just me in there's not really much to think about.
Yeah. Rain.
Sounds like thunder.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's not really much to think about for me. I also probably wouldn't go to a lot of remote places by myself. So I'll probably do like a lot of city parking or I don't know what am I self parking. So like with the van, it's less conspicuous.
Yeah, it's easier to park.
Yeah, it's just easier just to kind of blend in.
Yeah.
So like I can park on random streets. I can park on if I want to go to like a national forest, I can. But just because I'm by myself and I'm a black woman, I probably would take it slow first. I probably would be like, I'm gonna just try this out, and then later on, once I get more comfortable, more experienced, then I would try parking in like the nature and stuff, because I still like nature.
Yeah.
I probably would do it seasonally, maybe. I feel like if it was just me, if I bought the van like straight out, it'd be less cost. So I probably do it seasonally, like even working part-time. I had a lot of like serving jobs. I'm a photographer as well, so taking those gigs doesn't necessarily require me like to be on someone's payroll for all of the year. Like I could just come back in the summer and the fall, take all the gigs, save up all the money, and then in the wintertime, travel.
Yeah.
What else? So yeah, I think I would still do it. It would just look different. Because I also know like Miles takes care of a lot of the RV issues and like the fixing stuff. And granted, I would figure it out by myself if I had to, but I would just rather not be bothered. Like dealing with the car, I could deal with that. Like engine stuff like that, I've done before. Just minor fixes, but like major fixes like RVs and stuff, it's not that I can't do it, it's just that I don't want to. I don't want to be stressed out. So
that's honest.
Yeah, so I would probably do a van.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or smaller, maybe like a Class B or something.
Right. Yeah.
With no slides, no extra stuff.
Right, yeah.
Just real simple, something I can fit in a parking lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I also know my family probably worried about me too.
No, most definitely.
Yeah. So all that extra, stuff, like I'd be really I'd be responsible for myself, but also like myself in regards to other people. It is thundering. Yeah. So I would want to make sure that I'm healthy and well and taken care of. So I probably would have to come back.
Yeah.
a lot to check in with family.
Yeah, checking in home and like revisiting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I would do.
Cool. And I mean, it's more. I think people will probably be more interested in your response than mine. Like,
why?
Because like I think there are men who do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's not interesting.
Aww.
It's not, like I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just my take. Like I don't think many people are that interested in what guys do. Maybe some other guys or whatever, and it depends on what they're doing. But typically, no. You would be an anomaly. In that space. You know, like even if you got a van, like the idea of van life, like sure there are people who are doing it. There are couples who are doing it. And then, you know, there are some women who are doing it. So, yeah, you would be maybe in a smaller group of women, but you would be in an even smaller group of black women. Yeah, who do it. So that would, you know.
And if you haven't checked out our last interview with Miss Lisa, Lisa Untethered, she is a solo black woman RVing. So if you are curious about that, check that out.
Yeah, check it out.
She's filled with a lot of knowledge and experience, and she got us together and helped us with a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I would probably do my research first. But the people are there, and she gave her contact information. I could share it again. But people who are questioning, like, oh, should I do this? Is this possible? She's showing that it is possible, and a lot of other women are showing that it's possible too.
Definitely.
There are I've seen a lot of other black women like van lifing it by themselves. And I'm sure that they're being safe, and I'm sure they're mindful. It's not something you just forget. Like one, you're a woman, and then also like you're a black woman. So like being aware, I guess. It never goes away from you, even if you're not RVing. Like, you know, you're walking down the street, it's something you're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, it's something that's just always there. So I think you would just take those same precautions and those same worries in RVing. So, and I guess it's interesting because if I was single, I probably would be going further. I'd probably be going a lot more places just because I'm kind of like impulsive like that, I think. And I think when you're married, it's something to really think about. Like, you're with you're two people, so like you really have to consider, like, does this person even want to go here? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's also thinking about their family and stuff like that. Like, there are other things that you have to think about. I'm not saying that it's bad, it's just different. And I probably get further because I would have more gas without the RV. Our RV, what we get per gallon?
Yeah, I mean that and towing too.
Oh yeah, and towing. You're right.
If you were in a van, like if I was to do it by myself. Again, if anybody cares, if I was to do it, I would definitely get a small RV, and I wouldn't take a car. Like, what for? Why? If I can get something that I can park in like a Walmart parking spot, even if it was something that took up like a space and a half or something, or even 2 whole spaces, that'd be easier to maneuver around in than what we drive. So maybe like 23 or smaller, like it would be enough for one person to live in comfortably and have enough space, maybe for what you want to do. Depending on what you're doing. Because like even for us, sure it's the two of us, and we're in our space, but
better.
We're in our space, but because of what we do, like professional wise and stuff like that, we need. One of the things we realize is we need more space.
More space.
Yeah, because I mean, depending on what your career is or whatever you're doing to make money, or even for hobbies and stuff like that, that'll impact the space that you need. So me doing voiceover and Fox doing music and photography and doing a lot of her other multi-passionate things, she needs space for storage. I need space for stuff
and
like,
for sound.
And for being able to have the right treatment and stuff for it. Because I mean, it's possible, but it can become limiting, especially if you haven't done the proper treatment up front. Like if we were to do it again, that's something that we would consider. Like if we can, I mean, something we've thought about or talked about is like, if we were to get a newer RV or whatever, we would get something that we can build up.
New as in like a different RV.
Different RV. If we were to get a different RV, we would, rebuild it and then take into consideration that kind of stuff. So like, okay, is this going to be treated?
Right.
Like acoustically treated so that we could do more effective work on the road and things like that. But again, if I was by myself, I'm sure it would be a lot easier to do that. Because again, you're not considering. You don't have to be considerate of somebody else in regards to space and things like that.
And their schedule and their demands and needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you're a writer or like a teleworker or something, go ahead.
And like all you need is a laptop.
Like, that's perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, and that I think that's great. Like if you can figure that out, or even if you are a YouTuber or something like that.
Yeah.
You have your equipment, and you put it there, and then you just edit on your laptop. Straight.
You're done.
Yeah, you keep it lightweight, but if you don't have space for all the stuff that you want to do or need to do, like I couldn't imagine being like a sculptor, like you. I mean, unless I don't know, maybe you're sculpting like little things, like
or maybe they go out
figurines. And
maybe
stuff.
they can do it outside. Maybe they have like a little setup, and like, they can. Because I feel like I would listen to a podcast before, and there was someone who, what do you call people who make jewelry? Like a smith, like a. Anyway, people who work with like stones and like metals and stuff like that. Right. So this person actually carries like a kit with them, and then whenever they park and set up, they set up outside.
Gotcha.
And they make the stuff outside.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you can figure it out, whatever it is. But we know from our personal experience that we need a little bit more space.
Yeah. Or a treatment, like you said. Some sort of separation.
Yeah.
It's like we said in the RV, there was only like a curtain. There wasn't a door.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I mean. Yeah, if I was single, I would definitely do it. If I found out about it, I didn't really hear about it until after I got married. I didn't really, that idea of like living full time.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't really think about that until after I got married.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, do you think you would have even considered it
before we got married? It just never came up. But definitely, because I think even before we got married, I was still struggling to like find some place to live.
Yeah.
The struggle has never been, I guess. Dissolved or resolved.
Right. Yeah.
So, I probably would. And I didn't know what I was really doing with life. I just wanted, to try different things. But yeah. And I think before we started RVing, I hadn't been off the coast of the
East.
East
Coast, yeah.
Off the East Coast.
Yeah.
Besides going to...
Texas.
I flew to Texas for a conference.
Yeah.
And me and Mommy flew to Chicago. But other than that...
Yeah.
So, I would definitely do it.
Yeah. Hopefully that was helpful answering the question. I mean, go for it. Try to, like Fox said, definitely take into consideration your safety and things like that. Like, regardless if you're by yourself or you're with other people, like, when we're together and we're out, we both have to be watching each other's backs and making sure, like, that we're both safe in doing things. So that's definitely the most important. I think also communicating with other people. So like letting, whether it's family or friends, or even if you're meeting up with people, making sure you're communicating as regularly as you can to let people know.
Hey,
like,
I'm here. This is where I'm staying.
Yeah.
And we still do that. Like whenever we would travel, so we would still let our parents know, like, hey, this is where we're staying.
Right. And just like shoot a text message or something like that to let people know that if you don't hear from me in a while, this is the last place I was. So.
And the people you're hanging out with, and the places you're going to visit.
Yeah.
That stuff is important.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing bad would happen, but just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case you get a flat tire and ain't got no service.
Right,
somebody could know, like,
exactly,
where to find you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it's important. But I would say, go for it.
Yeah. And I would also say consult the people, like we said, like Miss Lisa
and
other women
who've been doing it.
Yeah, because we don't have that experience of traveling alone.
Yeah.
But
definitely asking other people who do have experience, because there are women out there who've definitely been doing it for a while that they may not be on YouTube, but you might be able to get in contact with them somehow. So.
Yep. Check out Facebook groups and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure there's something out there.
They're out there. Well, thanks again, guys, for listening to another episode of the Black RVers podcast. I am Miles, and I'm here with Fox. And be sure to continue to like, subscribe, comment.
All the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the things. And for those who, want to listen to stuff on the road, you can also download the podcast on Anchor.
Yeah.
You can find us on all all podcasting
Apple.
platforms or whatever. Just search for Black RVers podcast. Yeah.
And also Fox and Miles podcast.
Yeah.
It's two different things. We talk about, on Black RVs, we talk about strictly like RVing
Podcast
and
stuff.
travel and all that other stuff. On ours, we talk about everything else.
Yeah. So definitely check them out. And of course, if you don't want to look for any of that stuff, just go to foxandmiles.com. And it's Fox A&D, right?
Yes.
foxandmiles.com.
Yeah. I'm gonna share some pictures soon.
Yeah.
The long. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Grace.
Yeah, and also another shout out to our patrons.
Yes.
For
Thank you.
continuing to support us. We really appreciate you guys.
No, seriously.
Helping the adventure continue.
Yes.
So we really, really, really appreciate you guys. So until next time, You guys stay safe, be well. Much love.